Alright, I am doing a Mokume Gane, making a billet of basically Damascus but with nickel and copper. And I'm doing that with quarters, which is going to be very cool. So let's hope this goes well. First try, first attempt. Let's hope for the best. Alright, quarters have been cleaned with mineral spirits, dried off and made all the muckers off. I'm going to put it in the forge like this to see if I can get this to work. It might mess up these vice grips, but oh well. The goal is to heat it up to a certain temp to where it starts to weep or cry, or it looks like there's moisture coming off of them. And then I can get them a couple of good hits with this held like this against the actual vice grips to get it to stick, and then it should be somewhat easy to work at that point. So that's the goal.
That was a mistake.
That didn't quite go like I expected. Well, actually, it probably went like I expected because it's always a disaster with me. But we lost 2 quarters, or 2 got squished together, but there was one little break there, so I put that back in the mineral spirits for the next attempt. The rest seemed to be sticking, so I think it might be okay. So I'm going to wait to get back up to that temperature. The problem was it got a little cool when I set the thing down because it was too hot to hold in my hand, even with 2 gloves. So hopefully we'll correct that issue in the front. But that was the challenge it looked at to me. It was how the hell am I going to hold these things together and get it up to temperature without ruining my vice grips, which the vice grips are toast. They're done. Still usable, but I have to clip them in order to keep them keep them tight. How do you hold that many quarters together, get it hot inside the forge and pull it out and get it that first squish? It worked out, it just wasn't pretty. So wish me luck on the next attempt. Now you couldn't see it because too far away. But as I brought it out of the direct fire, you saw this flickering on the side. And one of the videos I watched said that's what you want to find. You want to have that flicker so it's like flop, flop, flop. So I'm going to bring the camera closer after this next heat and see if we can catch that on the camera. It'll look pretty cool. See it? Oh, I missed it. Oh, you see it now. You see it? Looks like a glowing set of coins, stack of coins. Oh well. going well. I put some nicks and some grooves in it with the grinder so I can expose some of the other layers. And now I'm going to beat it flat again and hopefully bring out some of those layers. Let it cool off, grind off the edges, and hopefully have a consolidated billet. And we'll see how it goes. As far as it's looking pretty good. Closer. All right, first attempt, Mokume Gane. Mokume Gane was an absolute success and my first successful forge welding. Obviously it was a little easier than others, but it's actually looking really good. So it's basically a copper sheet with nickel pieces in between, okay? The outside of a quarter is mostly nickel with a copper core. So, booyah, that's awesome. If you look at this, I don't know if you can see it in this light, but there is a pattern to it. It goes, you know, coppery and then nickely, coppery, nickely, coppery, nickely from where I put the grooves and whatnot in it. It's not quite as much as I'd like to see right now, but once I get this cleaned up with higher grit sandpaper, the pattern will really come out. It's beautiful. The sides are all tight, no issues. A couple little D-lams, one little on the corner here that I had to grind off, and this corner here had a little bit of a D-lam I wanted to grind off. I had to grind off just to make it tight. But that's almost the perfect shape, after some work obviously, for a nice little guard on a Bowie or a small little hunting knife. So this would be fantastic for that. I'm very happy with that. It's the right size. I don't have to make a lot of cutting. I don't have to order brass from someplace else. And this looks cool, and I can say, after I make a more pronounced pattern, that the guard is a Mokume Gane guard, which is a Japanese style. But it looks awesome. So, Rob Hogg, I don't know if you've ever seen this before, but it's a pretty cool thing, man. It's a lot of fun too. So, I hope you liked the video. It was a success. Click to subscribe. Hit like if you like it. Pass it around to your pals if you're a knife smith. And I hope you learned something from me. If you didn't, so be it. I learned something from the process. So, peace. Time to make some more.